Hello fellow traders, this is Paul Lummel. Just have a quick PBC zone trade. Got a breakout of the trend line today. I wanted to show you really good pattern quality. This is on NFLX. This has had a big run up since the 2022 lows, basically up about almost 700%, and it's pulled back in the PBC zone, basically retesting that actually retesting the 1000 PPP with a lot of error, which means there's a lot of room between the PPP zone and the actual price action. That's a sign of strength. And we also have a price squeeze too. We have a cycle right here. That is the TD6. It's a 1 month cycle. And the lows right there on cycle number 1 held below the cycle number 2 lows. So technically the lows were violated on cycle 2, but the closes did not violate the lows of that. Let's look at that right there. The low was 1144.71, and there's no close. Let me see, 44.71. There's no close below that low of that prior cycle wave. So we have a price squeeze right there, and then it popped off of that. So broke out of the TD9 cycle. It's a 2.5 month cycle. And it's basically putting its head right against that 1250 PPP right now. So that's a real key psychological price point. If we can get outside of that and maybe retest into it, and that holds probably the next PPP zone that we'll gun is a 1500. But excellent pattern quality on the pullback here into that PBC zone. So this should produce possibly some pretty good gains on the options. Now, if you're looking for an exit point on at least a leg, you can use something like this, like the left-hand side of this PBC zone. Basically what it did was after you get to wave 2, so here's wave 1 right here, and then once you get the second wave, you look for closes below the 10 MA and just walk a 5 to 6 box. So basically you got to close below the 10 MA, so you start walking a box, 5-bar low box, and you're out right there on that one. So you lock in a lot of the gain. Could very well happen the same way here on this breakout here. So just look for 2 waves, pull back below the 10 MA, and then walk a 5 box to get your you can capture a pretty good percentage of that gain by doing that. I mean, you can get tighter into it by going into a lower bar size, maybe a 2 or 4 hour intraday chart too. But this PBC zone breakout could very well be a really nice run out of here. Earnings is October 21st. That is tomorrow. So that's probably what's happening right here. It's gunning the breakout of the earnings, and so you gotta be aware of that. It could just as well gap down to the 200 MA. It's not a super safe play. It's probably a good one to play on the straddles or strangle, either way. But overall, pattern quality in this breakout from that prior PPC zone in April, excellent breakout BMI wise, and pattern quality of pullback. So probably just better to wait until the earnings flush out. So a lot of times when you get news, any kind of news like that, you get a 2 to 4 day flush and potentially a better entry point. But if it gaps out above that, you're gonna miss it if the earnings drives the price up. So just part of the game. If you're down here on this retest here, you got some cushion. Even if it gaps down to 200 MA, you're probably not going to get stung too much if you're not overloaded on it. You get the 1250 psychological price point. That's going to kind of be a good place to gauge strength or weakness on this breakout. So again, NFLX, and let's look at the stock rating on it. Okay, we have an A-90 rating on this. This risk profile is A-, but the stock rating is A-90. Again, you have elevated risk because of the earnings, but pattern quality just says there's a lot of strength there. And even if you get a few days shakeout, I think the resolution is northwards. But very good chart right here. NFLX, NFLX Inc. If you're interested in our trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtraining.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.